Hi guys, it is Roxy, and today is Sunday, April 13th. So I'm going to show you a card using the Blooming Phrases. This is a set that will be available in our online exclusive offering starting on May 6th. Right now, before we even get started, go ahead. You don't have to give me a thumbs up, but give me a comment, share. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. And if you like what you see here, give me a thumbs up at the end. I appreciate that so much. All right, so here's Blooming Phrases, 17 stamp set. What we're going to do is, let's go ahead. I have a piece of Highland Heather. I'm going to cut this off at 5.5, so I'm going to have an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. We're going to score that at 4 1/4. I'm just over here. My cutter's off to the side here. You guys all know how to score and cut, so not even going to go into that with you. Let's go ahead. We're going to make sure that this is all lined up properly. All right. So here's our Highland Heather. Then I'm going to take a piece of basic white. I'm going to cut this down to 2.5 inches. So that's going to make it 2.5 by 5.5. So it's going to be just like that. Now I'm not going to put anything. No, maybe I will. Let me go ahead. I have a piece. This is Granny Apple Green. This is our two-toned cardstock. So you can see there is the difference. One side's a little darker than the other. Oops. Knocked down my samples. Knocked my camera. Sorry about that. Let's cut this. Since that was 2.5, let's cut this at 5.5 this way. And let's cut this at 3. So we'll have a little bit of an edge going around it. All right, I'm over here at 3. Originally, I did have my cutter over on this side, but it's just easier for me to have it over here on my left-hand side. All right, so now we have this. Oh, did I not cut that right? Did I cut that at 5 1/4? Oh, it's at 5.5. Let me make sure that I have this at 5.5. And I don't. I have it a little bit bigger. There we go. That makes, that 1/8 of an inch makes all the difference in the world. All right, so we are going to go like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of copy paper. This is a order summary that I had. And we're going to use 4 of the 5 new in colors that will be available in the annual catalog beginning on May 6th. Now, one of them is not available yet. They're reworking it. So available right now is Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, which is a returning in color. It was a retired color from before, and Timid Tiger. And the one we don't have, I don't know, it's a blue. Can't remember what it's called. We'll get to it when it's available. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have this piece here, and I'm going to stamp off once on here with my items. Now I already have these set up, and let's start first with the Timid Tiger. I'm going to stamp off once on the copier paper, and then I'm going to go ahead, let me do this so it's not hitting on my glass mat. So I'm going to go here, stamp off once there, and come on it, because I just want it to be a little bit light. Let me turn this around. All right, so there's that Timid Tiger. Ooh, that label's coming up a little bit. All right, I'll put that over here. Now let's go ahead and let's pick out this flower, we're going to do this in the strawberry slush. You can tell they're brand new pads because they're tight to get open. That's good. It's not going to let any air in. Alright, that looks good for now. Let's get our darling duckling. Now remember what I told you about this. It's not really a true yellow. It's kind of, in my opinion, a greenish yellow. Oh, and I forgot to stamp off once. Darn it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't because that's very light. Maybe I will keep it at full strength. Let me see if I can line this one up a little bit here. Yeah, not bad. Let me see if I can line that one up there. Not horrible. So I have my triangles here, so I don't think I'm going to do that last one. All right. Then we're going to take Secret C. This is a very dark color, so we're going to stamp it off maybe twice. Let me see. No, we'll stamp it off once. I feel like I have too many over that way, so let's come over this way a little bit. Let's go off the edge. All right, let's leave it like that. Just another little bit in those corners. All right, so there we have Secret C. All right, let me move this out of the way. So there we have that. Let me put my little stamp pad holder over here off to the side. These need to be clean, so I'll put them here. And here we have this. So let's go ahead and let's take this. I think I want to put it a little bit higher up. It looks like I didn't cut that perfectly. So you know what you do with that. Bring this over here. So I'm going to have to put a little bit of pressure on this because I'm going to put this to my 1/8 of an inch mark here. I'm going to take off just a little bit there. Now let's see how that looks. Might have to trim down my green and my white now, but I'd rather do that than the other way. Let's do that here. All right. Let me grab, where did my tape go? It was on my desk. My desk is a little bit of a mess right now. Oh, here it is. All right, let's figure out which side. Do I want that side? Or do I want that side? I think I want the darker side. So let's go ahead, put the tape runner down. Let me bring this back over so I can kind of line this up the way I want to. Make sure that this is all tight. Make sure that's tight against the edge. You see I might have just a little tiny bit to go ahead and take off. Let's do the same thing here. Get that in there. All right, so there we have that. And now I am going to take can't find my snips. There's my snips, because you can see there is a little bit over the edge there. Let me just go ahead. Make that even along there. There we go. All right. And then I do have some strips that I did here that have the thanks on it. I think I'm going to put it down here though. Let me see the other ones I have. See which one looks best. Because this is going to show you the difference in those two sides. I could stamp it on that side, but I think that's a little too dark. I'm going to put it right there. I think that looks good. And just to keep it going, now most of the examples I'm going to show you here, I used the loose frosted dots. They did get carried over into the new catalog, but I think since my focus here is a lot purple, I think I'm going to use the purple fine shimmer gems. These are getting carried over, and I'm just going to put a couple of the little ones in the center of these flowers. Let's see. I could use the lighter ones or the darker ones, but I'm going to just use the lighter ones for now. We have one more there. And then just to kind of fill in this space here, I'm going to use these darker ones. I'll do 3 there. Oops, that one's a little bit down. All right, let me put that lid on. Move some stuff out of the way here. Get that purple gems back in their little protective holder so they don't fall out all over into my plastic holding case. There we go. All right, so there we have our card for today. Now you could always emboss this before we put this all down if you want to, you know, whatever you want to do. But I'm just leaving it like that. Let me show you the other examples we did. So now in this one, I did my let's see, where's my, oh, it's right here. Like, where's my bone folder? That way I'll lay down a little bit more. So on this one, I did my 4 corners method, but I started off with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece, and I stamped down the middle to make these smaller little pieces. So here's this one. That's using those frosted dots. There's this one. Again, using those frosted dots. And then my last one here, went ahead and then I used my blends and I hit it on my bone folder. That way you get those little sprinkles, those little speckles. And there's that one. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. I would really appreciate that. Have a great Sunday. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.